As we age, no matter how close you are to your children, learn the Crow Law to avoid unhappiness in old age. Many people believe that the closer their relationship with their children, the happier their later years will be. However, this is not always the case. You may have heard of the Crow Law. In a forest, a crow was ostracized and decided to move away. A pigeon advised it, "If you don't change yourself, it won't matter where you go." This implies that many of life's difficulties don't stem from external changes, but from our internal perceptions and thinking. In old age, many problems often don't arise from the actions or attitudes of children, but from our expectations of relationships. If elderly people don't learn to let go and instead rely too much on or try to control their children, it can lead to dissatisfaction and stress on both sides. As Mo Yan once said, "One must have the ability to turn the page. Being stubborn is like imprisoning oneself." This reminds us that being fixated on changing others only traps us in hardship. In reality, no one is perfectly happy, but those who can let go and see things clearly are the most content. Scientific research shows that maintaining psychological and life independence significantly boosts satisfaction in old age. A study in the US found that seniors who maintain a level of independence and personal space are more likely to have better mental health than those who are overly dependent on their children. Relying on others is a slow form of self-destruction. Just as the saying goes, no grass grows under a big tree. A big tree may shield you from wind and rain, but it can also block the sunlight. Over-relying on your children can prevent you from enjoying your own freedom and may even lead to resentment from your children. Keeping an appropriate distance is not only responsible for yourself but also contributes to family harmony. Everyone pays the price for their own perception. A person's understanding of the world and relationships determines their quality of life. If you don't awaken, how can others save you? Once you wake up, there's no need for others to save you. This highlights the idea that, rather than trying to change others, especially in the adult world, it's more about making choices and adapting, rather than educating and changing others. The Crow Law applies not just to animals but also to human relationships. No matter where we go or who we meet, if we don't change our mindset and thinking, problems in life will continue to repeat. Therefore, in old age, instead of trying to change your children's way of living, it's better to reflect and adjust yourself. Each stage of life comes with its own challenges and opportunities, and old age is a time for us to re-examine ourselves, let go of stubbornness, and find inner peace. Understanding the Crow Law and learning to adapt and change oneself are key to avoiding unhappiness in later life and finding freedom and joy. I stay away from being a crow's mouth to maintain peace and happiness. There's a saying, "I've crossed more bridges than you've walked roads. I've eaten more salt than you've eaten rice." The older generation often prides themselves on their experience, believing they have the authority to offer advice to the younger generation. However, this experiential mindset often leads to misconceptions, especially as times change and many of the old experiences no longer apply. There's a joke that reflects the problems of this rigid thinking. If you're mute and want a pair of scissors, you gesture with your hands. But what if you're blind and want a hammer? Someone answered, you gesture with your hands to show what you need. But here's the catch. If you're blind, not mute, why not just ask for it? This reveals a crucial truth. Don't easily assume you understand someone's situation based on your own experiences, because you may not know their real needs and feelings. This experiential mindset often affects relationships between the elderly and their children. Many seniors rely on their past life experiences to try and guide or even interfere in their children's lives. However, the rapidly changing modern society means that young people's lives are very different from those of the older generation. Psychological research has shown that over-interference in children's lives can lead to family conflicts and make seniors feel powerless and disappointed. Their advice is often outdated and rejected, leading to feelings of lost value and authority. Therefore, seniors should learn to let go of their rigid experience-based thinking, avoid being a crow's mouth, refrain from judging and interfering in their children's lives, and maintain inner peace to live a more harmonious life. Parental love should be about understanding and acceptance, not control and interference. As the Bible says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not boast, it is not proud. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. This love applies not only to relationships between spouses, but also between parents and children. The older we get, the more we should understand that love isn't just about giving advice and help, but about respect and trust. In relationships between the elderly and their children, a little less experience-driven advice and more understanding and acceptance can lead to more harmonious family relations. Scientific research shows that seniors who maintain a proper distance from their children and refrain from over-interfering often have better family relationships and higher life satisfaction. This is because they respect their children's choices and reduce conflicts, creating a warmer family atmosphere. Avoid the frenzy of crow feathers and live modestly with less drama. In life, many people have the habit of getting involved in others' disputes, even enjoying the drama. But this behavior not only causes trouble for others, but also often drags you into unnecessary issues. The character Kai Jing in the TV drama A Little Reunion is a typical example of this. She couldn't resist flaunting her granddaughter's achievements and class monitor position, provoking her ex-son-in-law's former wife Zhao Na, which led to a public argument and worsened family tensions. Many disputes in life stem from saving face. Kai Jing's actions were ultimately about satisfying her vanity and showing superiority. Psychological studies reveal that people often get involved in others' conflicts to meet their own psychological needs for self-esteem, attempting to highlight their own success or superiority through others' failures or misfortune. However, this behavior doesn't truly enhance oneself, but instead brings more disputes and negative emotions. As we age, we must understand that to forgive is divine. The saying "to is human, to forgive, divine" is not just moral advice, but a sign of maturity and wisdom. Aging should be accompanied by a calm mind. Over-pursuing trivial victories often leads us to lose more valuable things, such as family harmony, friends' trust, and even our inner peace. Sociological research indicates that seniors who embrace forgiveness and patience often enjoy higher social support and life satisfaction. They tend to have more supportive and emotionally rewarding relationships with family members and others. 3. Learn from the crow's heart, embrace gratitude, and create a happier old age. The crow, though often seen as an omen of bad luck, possesses an admirable quality: gratitude. In nature, crows are known to feed and care for their elderly parents, even until the parent's death, an act often referred to as crow's repayment. Despite being misunderstood as a bad omen, this aspect of the crow's nature reflects a deep understanding of family loyalty and repayment, something we can all learn from. In modern society, particularly in old age, many seniors tend to take their children's care for granted. This mentality can cause the elderly to lose a sense of gratitude and strain the parent-child relationship. Psychological studies show that maintaining a sense of gratitude can significantly boost personal happiness and reduce the risk of depression and anxiety. For the elderly, having a grateful attitude not only improves mental health, but also fosters better relationships with their children. Gratitude isn't just a moral virtue, it has scientific backing. A study by the American Heart Association found that seniors who practice gratitude have a lower risk of heart disease compared to those who frequently complain. Gratitude helps reduce stress and negative emotions, leading to better overall health. Conclusion: learning the crow law and embracing gratitude and letting go not only ensures a peaceful and happy old age, but also strengthens family bonds.